どうも、テネシー在住日本人YouTuberのZackです。早速ですが、来たる11月3日の大統領選挙に向けて、ここ当地アメリカで実際に投票権を持っているアメリカ人の友達にインタビューを実施しました。日本にいるとなかなか聞けない有権者の生の声ということで、ぜひ最後まで見てください。ちなみに今回合計6人の友達にインタビューをしました。この動画ではそのうちの2人が登場します。また前回の動画ではアメリカ大統領選挙について簡単に解説しておりますので、そちらもぜひご確認ください。それでは早速どうぞ。
Hello, Emma.
Hi.
Hey.
I'm excited to talk about election.
Sounds good.
I'm very passionate.
Yeah, I know. First question. This is not question, but please introduce yourself.
My name is Emily. I'm from Ohio, but right now I'm living in Tennessee. So I am a Tennessee voter. In the presidential election, I'm voting for Joe Biden. But in Tennessee, we have some other things to vote on. For example, the senator for U.S. Senate. So I'm voting for Marquita Bradshaw. We're voting for the president, but we're also voting for other members of the government. So in Tennessee, usually the state votes for the Republican for the president. So it's hard to feel like your vote really matters, but you can vote for the other parts of government, and it can really make a big difference, not just the president, but all members of the government. Every time we say it's a red state because it's always Republican.
I see.
But the problem is only a small percent of people vote. So many people don't vote. So I think that if everyone voted, we have a chance to become a blue state. So in Tennessee, first of all, like the voting registration, we're at 40th. So only 74% of people are even registered to vote. So 25% are not even registered. But then the percent that actually votes. So during the 2016 presidential election, only 49% of African Americans registered to vote in Tennessee voted. So like less than half of Black people in Tennessee even voted in the last election. Wait, 28.5% in the last election.
This is really low, no?
Yes. Yeah, we're very low. We're 49 out of 50 for voting turnout. Very, very low. That's why it's so important to actually go out and go vote. Yeah, so I don't like Joe Biden. I think a lot of people don't like Joe Biden. Actually, for the primaries, I voted for Elizabeth Warren, who's amazing. And I was very disappointed when I found out that Joe Biden would be our nominee. But the thing is, even though I don't like him, Trump is so truly bad, so truly stupid, so truly evil. And America has been getting worse and worse. And racism and LGBTQ rights and all of these things are getting worse and scarier. And so even though I don't love Joe Biden, with him as our president, we have a better chance to keep fighting to make good changes. But with President Trump, I think things will continue to get worse. When I think about the future of America, I think we can make a better future with Joe Biden as our president, even though I don't like him very much.
How do you think about his age? He's already 77, right? If he going to be a president for 8 years, he will be 85.
Yeah, so maybe if he dies, then Kamala can become president.
I see.
So it's not a problem for me. This is a hard question, especially now when there doesn't feel like a lot of hope in America. I think that before Trump, things seemed good, but I think bad things were happening and we didn't know it. So we didn't care because we trusted Obama. We were just like, oh yeah, everything's fine. So when Trump became president, we realized there are so many problems. Racism is still a big thing. There's so many bad things. And now that's very clear. So my hope for America is not to ignore these problems, not to find a president that we can trust, but to continue fighting together, to continue to make changes day by day to make America truly safe and equal and free for everyone, not just white men. I know that America feels very far away, and some of our issues might seem different than in Japan, but I think that it's important to know what's happening in America and trying to understand it in your own culture too. And I know that as America has been dealing with issues of racism or issues of politics, it's been amazing to see people around the world show their support or deal with those things too. So even like seeing that there are marches in Osaka or Tokyo about racism, that really brings me hope. And I hope that Japanese people will become interested in what's going on in America and want to learn more. I recently started a podcast for Japanese people learning English. It's called Yoっぱれ英会話, English Nomikai Podcast. So in this podcast, I talk to various friends. It is to help learn just daily conversation English. So if you know a little bit of English, it can help you just immerse yourself in English conversation. And it's kind of fun. It's a little silly sometimes. And Katsu will be in an episode. So I hope that you all listen. Thank you.
Lee, please introduce yourself.
Hey, my name is D. I'm from Florida. I moved to Tennessee, where I live now, 2 years ago. I'm a musician. That's about it.
Who will you vote for?
Yeah, in this general election, I'll be voting for Joe Biden. Why? I think most people my age, I'm 24, would say that Trump is pretty evil. And I think at least having a president that isn't as evil in office would be great. That's yeah.
Do you like Joe Biden, or you will vote Joe Biden because you hate Trump?
It's not so much that I'm voting for Joe Biden just because I hate Trump. I think that a lot of change could happen with Joe Biden in office versus what's happened the past 4 years in America. So, yeah, I think that if Joe Biden becomes the president, we'll still keep protesting and things like that to push for change. But, yeah, I'd be surprised to see, like, if anyone is pro-Trump or...
So you said that younger age people hate Trump, like tend to hate Trump?
I mean, not necessarily. I think, yeah, it's still mixed. You know, there's still people that do. But, yeah, people who live in cities, more progressive people, I guess will sort of see the problems. I don't know. I think seeing a future from an economical and societal standpoint where we can all achieve equality, which I feel like has been a big push in the last few months with the Black Lives Matter movements and stuff. So I think that as long as we keep heading in that direction, it seems to be brighter, in my opinion. Thanks for being interested in American politics. And if there's any sort of change you could be involved in over in Japan, yeah, go do that. I think that would be great. See ya.
See you. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah.